Hello everybody, I'm back with a new tutorial for Reclaimer, the 5th mission of Halo 4, and I'll be covering how to get through this mission using the most current speedrunning strats on Legendary difficulty. This mission is arguably one of the most broken missions of the game. There are a lot of tricks and a lot of mechanics that we abuse. So let's get started right away. The first thing that we're going to do is run through this cave and make a detour to the left. Typically, you would go to the right, talk to Lasky, and there'd be a bunch of dialogue. But running all the way out here hits a trigger that allows for that dialogue to be skipped, and it'll make the mammoth move. So once you go around this rock, the very last one, the trigger will be hit, Del Rio will start talking, and we'll be on our way. I like to always throw a grenade here, hit the submarine, it makes no difference. And once you jump on the mammoth, I like to grab the rocket launcher right away, and then wait down here for the mammoth to start building speed. Once it starts moving, then I like to run up the stairs if I could make it up them. And we're keeping momentum. Okay. Now sometimes if you wait to go up the stairs, the mammoth will slow down. We're not for sure why, but we call that slow mammoth. It'll waste like 10 seconds. Now, there's a trick in this game that we heavily abuse, especially in this mission, due to the jetpack height. There isn't really a name for it, but when you run into a solid surface and then jetpack at the same time that you collide with that surface, it'll give you a lot more height than if you were to like jump and then jetpack up a wall. So as you'll be seeing, that we run into walls a lot, then jetpack instead of jumping and trying the jetpack. And our first one will actually be up here around the other side of this rock. So once Lasky starts talking, you can run, bail off the mammoth here. And this is the last time we'll actually ever be on the mammoth throughout this mission. So very important to muscle run this mission. A lot of open areas where running is very important, so to optimize and get the most time save that you can, muscle running is very important. If you melee a lot in this section in particular, you can actually delay a checkpoint, which will help you, so if you get stuck up ahead, you won't lose as much time. Now this is the first super jetpack I was talking about. If you run into the corner of this rock and jetpack at the exact same time, as you can see, we'll get a lot of additional height, like that. And you want to be moving faster in this section, you don't want to slow down. So now we're going to run around the outer edge of the area, grab the particle cannon, hug left of this rock. I actually missed the particle cannon. And then afterwards run and jump down here. I took a lot of damage there, which is fine. Jetpack very carefully up here to grab the ghost and make your way out of here. Now once you're here, you want to get the checkpoint, turn around, and drive up this portion. Wait for a wraith shot to come in. There'll always be a wraith shot. And then once you're here, you have to wait for dialogue. So you want to wait till a lion pops up that has the word evac in it, or additional targets pops up. But moving to evac for casualties. Once that, there's will normally be a battlefield timer here. That will be gone. If you go too soon in that section or jump the river too soon, you will actually soft lock the game up here. So once you're here, drive to the right, pause right here if you need to, let your boost recharge, and then continue driving. So you can see you took very little to no damage at all. And this next section is going to have a nice little trick. Where on easy you would normally go ram all 3 of these generators here, and then drive the ghost to destroy the next particle cannon. We are instead going to drive around the outer edge again, and we're going to clip through this wall. So if you park your ghost up here against it, and then just get out, you'll go through the wall. Simple as that. And now we have another nice wide area for muscle running. So very important that you get muscle running down. Very important concept to have. And I believe I covered this in one of my earlier videos. I believe it was on Requiem, where I covered muscle running and why it's important in the speedrun. So up here we're going to grab this ghost. We're going to park it in a specific location so that once we destroy the lich, we'll be able to make a quick getaway without taking any damage. So grab the ghost. You're going to want to bring it up here and park it. Here on again, jetpack once you hit the surface. And now you're going to be en route, you're going to be lined up to destroy the second particle cannon. Now, back when I mentioned if you go too fast and you jump the river, if you're too fast, the mammoth will be deloaded as you progress to the map. Actually, as you progress to the map in Halo 4, sections that are way back there actually get deloaded, so that areas up ahead can be loaded. And if you're too fast, the mammoth will end up being part of the chunks that get deloaded, which means that you cannot destroy this particle cannon, and you'll be stuck here forever. So if you shoot down the particle cannon and nothing happens, and you turn around and the mammoth isn't here, that means you jumped the river too fast. So very good to make sure you know when to jump the river, otherwise you'll be stuck. So once we're here, we're going to destroy the particle cannon, and we're going to get a checkpoint right afterwards, and we're going to jump and board the lich. So we've targeted the cannon. Checkpoint, sprint off, jetpack, let go, then jetpack as you hit the lich, then fire a rocket towards to the left, because the rocket will actually curve because you're moving in motion. I'll demonstrate that a few times. Wanna try to be very gentle when you hit this thing, or else it will splatter you and kill you. So if you don't jetpack at all and just run into it, it should kill you like that. So you want to use your jetpack to slow you down so you don't hit this at too rough of a speed. Once you've actually destroyed the lich, you're going to jump off the left side and jetpack. And this will bring you back to our ghost. Now, we can drive all the way over to here, but there will actually be an invisible wall that will be here until the lich blows up, which it just did. So the loading is done. We can now progress through. Now we're going to stop here, jetpack up this rock, and we're going to make a big jump from here all the way to those rocks over there. And this will skip riding the mammoth all the way outside the outer edges of this canyon. So let's jetpack and let go, jetpack and let go. Just time your jetpacking. Use it in moderation so that you can actually make the jumps. If you use too much or too little, then you're not going to be able to make the jump. And if you don't make it, there's actually a lower edge you can aim for, which is down here. That's perfectly fine. So you can just jetpack up to here. Once you reach here, they're going to say this black line. This is where you got to go up. So once again, we're going to do another jetpack. You run into the wall, jetpack, let go of it, and you'll be about right here. Then same thing, jetpack up, and now we're to what is called Sniper Alley. And we'll be doing another skip called the Sniper Alley skip. So the first thing you have to do is actually, I'm going to show it first what happens if you don't do it right. If you make your way all the way up this rock here, you can actually get to the backside of this area that we're going to be in. But as of right now, as you can see, there's nothing except for half of a building. Nothing's loaded in. So once you make it up from down there, the first thing you have to do is run all the way over here to where you normally have to go to hit a loading trigger or load point. which is going to be right in this corner here. So I hit the load, then I got a checkpoint right afterwards. You're going to backtrack a bit. Sorry. And you get to this wall, you're going to throw a grenade, and then jetpack once again. Like that, and that will give you enough height to make it all the way up here. And as you can see this time, there's a lot more things loaded in. A lot more stuff. So we're going to actually aim and hug to the left here. Just like this. Because if you go too far to the right, there'll be a return to battlefield timer. You want to keep jetpacking up. Aim for these rocks that I'm aiming at. And keep jetpacking around all the way to this ledge. Now once you're here, this wall here is actually not solid like it looks like it is. If you poke your head through, we're actually at the backside of where we have to go. And that's where we need to be, is over there. So what you're going to do is you're going to run and jump, and you're going to wait a second to jetpack. So if you jetpack too soon, you're actually going to bump the ceiling here. And that would mean that you're going to run out of jetpack before you can make it to that ledge. So you're going to run, jump, jetpack a little bit late, and then make your way all the way over here. Once you're here, I like to trade out my Magnum for a plasma pistol that will help us later on down the road. As you can see, all the enemies that are normally here aren't here, so we can just make it through. Now in easy, we don't actually do sniper alley skip, and it saves about 15 seconds. But on legendary, there's no way to make it through there without dying. Now the next trick is actually one of the harder tricks of the game, not because it's really difficult, but because you're on a timer. You have a very small window to pull off this next trick, which is infamously known as blue elevator skip, because we skip a blue elevator. So what you're going to do is you're going to run, jetpack, and make your way up on top of this. You're going to put yourself back a slight bit because you're going to run and jetpack up this wall here, let go about halfway in the middle, and then jetpack again to get up into that ledge. But if you hold your jetpack the whole time, you're just going to bump your head off the ceiling up there, and you're not going to make it. So you run, let go about halfway, the jetpack recharge as you move to the right to make it up here. I'll show it one more time. Sprint. Oh, didn't even sprint that time. Sprint, let go, then jetpack all the way up here. Now once you're up here, you can jetpack again, get over on top of the elevator. Now from here, I'm going to pause because this is where things start getting on a timer. You're going to stand on top of the elevator until you see the elevator door close. Once that happens, then you're racing the clock because you have to run and make it back in bounds before the map loads in. If the map loads in, most likely you're going to get a checkpoint outside the map and you're going to be soft locked out there. And normally the game double checkpoints you, so even if you kill yourself 5 times with the rocket launcher, you'll still be stuck outside of the map. And that means there's nothing you can do. So the door is going to close, so we're going to run now immediately, jump off, and begin jetpacking over here towards this area right here. Just slowly make our way. You don't really want to land any closer to where I'm landing right now. This is about the closest you can get. And I got a checkpoint there. And now once I'm here, as you can see, the map loaded in. Now, if I would have been outside the map when that load hit, I would have been stuck outside. So it is a very quick trick, and you have no time to mess around. So once you land, it's immediate sprint to get back inside the map. Now that one may take a few things of practice before you would ever try to put that into a full game speedrun, just to make sure you have it solid, because you don't want to play through the first 4 missions just to soft lock the ending, or soft lock a trick. But the time save on that trick is about 25 seconds, so it's worth it in the long run. Once we put Katana in the console, a bridge will activate. Nothing special happens here. It's going to run through until you're going to get the cutscene that's just a big info dump for the lore of this game. There we go. So once you skip this cutscene, you're gonna pull out your rocket launcher and try to aim and kill a few enemies so they'll be out of your way when you run past there in a few moments. So you can pull out the rocket launcher, aim where this knight's spawning, and try to take out a few crawlers if you can. I didn't take out anything. And then immediately run a jetpack over here to the left side. People don't know this exists, but you can go up here and just run past everything. You usually get a checkpoint like I did. You get your shields recharge. Then you can run down and just use your raining rockets to take out whatever is left. Now once you're here, we have the plasma pistol, and plasma pistol is very important to have. This will make this last section a lot easier. Now, there are two methods of doing this ending section. There's a method of grabbing the ghost, and there's a method of grabbing the warthog, which is what I've been doing lately because it seems to be a lot safer for Legendary. I'm going to go with the original route we used to do of grabbing the ghost, because there's two ghosts that will come off a ledge as soon as we go through this portal. The ghost that lands first is the ghost you want to grab. The ghost that lands second is automatically tied to blow up once you exit the vehicle. And that means if when you're rushing through this next section, if you take damage, like a lot of damage, you grab your ghost will kill you because it'll blow up. And that's usually not good for Legendary. So the goal is to aim for the first ghost if possible. Sometimes the AI, like the scorpions, will blow up blow up the first ghost before you can actually get to it. And in that case, you're forced to take the exploding ghost, which is why I have been using warthog strats, which I will show secondly. So go through the portal. If you aim left and look immediately, there's two ghosts. This one landed first. This is the one we want. Try to use... Oopsie, it blew up. So now I'd be forced to grab a ghost that's exploding. As you can see, I'm in the middle of a bunch of just random firefights. So you can see the first ghost did that. So the ghost I'm in now would actually blow up if I were to get out of it. So I'm not going to do that. But everyone see how sometimes this can be really bad on RNG. And this time we would have gotten the good ghost. But when you're in a full game run, that can be very RNG heavy. And sometimes you get no ghost, and they both get blown up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab the warthog, which is much easier. So charge up the plasma pistol right away and hit this warthog. Force the driver out, and now we have a warthog. And this is good for many reasons. So one, it makes this going up this ledge here, we have to go up with the ghost or with the warthog, same thing. Much easier. Except for I'm going to almost get blown up. And once you're here, you're going to just drive around the outer edge. If we had the ghost, it would be the exact same path. Nothing changes. But with the warthog, what's nice is that once you get out, you have a teammate to distract all of the AI. So you can run jetpack up here, and you're perfectly safe. Now be wary of wraith shots. They can actually hit you mid-air here, and that's never good. So yeah, I like the warthog because it provides us a very excellent distraction. And now we can just jump over the wall, and we're kind of in the home free stretch of the mission. Reclaimer is honestly not too difficult of a mission. There's just a lot of nifty little tricks. I would say blue elevator skip is probably the most difficult trick of them all, but after you practice that a few times, it's really not too bad. Now, to actually end this mission consistently, when you hold down the trigger to destroy this thing, keep holding down the right trigger. If you let go of it, sometimes the cutscene won't actually activate. You have to do this like 2 or 3 times. So just hold it down, and the mission will always end. So that was Reclaimer on Legendary difficulty. This mission is really not that difficult. Like I said, just practicing the skips, especially Blue Elevator and Sniper Alley skip. They can be the most daunting, I'd say, for this mission. But other than that, it's very simple. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time when I cover Shutdown on Legendary difficulty.